Welcome to Trader Joe's. It's a rainy day, so I'm all cozy. I get a lot of questions about Trader Joe's skincare, especially since they first introduced it, and today I want to take a look at it. I've used their jojoba and tea tree oils for my acne routine in the past, and my skin has been pretty happy with it, but I have not seen a lot of their other things, such as antioxidant serums and blueberry serums, etc. So we'll go check this out. So this is the little skincare section of Trader Joe's. These are what I use all the time. This is jojoba oil and this is tea tree oil. I've used these to kind of rebalance my skin, and this is antibacterial, antifungal. But what I get questions on all the time are these kind of things: the hyaluronic serum, the antioxidant serum, and some of these kind of new things that maybe people haven't tried, like some of the rose toners or the sunscreens. So let's actually dig into these. Hyaluronic acid has been everywhere recently, and for good reason. It can actually repair the skin, it can help with scarring, it can be extraordinarily beneficial for hydration. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant, meaning that it grabs onto water. There's also this antioxidant facial serum. It says that it's dermatologist formulated. So let's actually take a look at the ingredients, turn it around so you can actually see what's in there. This is dimethicone. It's one of the first ingredients. Dimethicone is a silicone derivative, and it's great for your primers and your makeup because it smooths over skin, but for skincare it's really not that great. It is a little bit water and vapor permeable, so it's not going to suffocate the skin. And then here, CoQ10. This is a really great antioxidant. It's found in a lot of heart medications, but it's great for the skin as well to fight free radical damage. We've got some pomegranate. Some of these vitamins look pretty good. Resveratrol is from grapes, but again, you can get these vitamins in a pure way. Yeah, not my favorite. Not as bad as some other things that you'll find at like Sephora or Ulta. Not the best. This is one of my go-tos. And let's also look at some of these oils. We have an oil cleanser as well as some of these kind of traditional oils like vitamin E. Jojoba I love, and this really mimics the sebum in the skin, so it's a really good idea. But remember that this is an oil. It's a lipid, so it won't permeate excellently. It's really going to seal in a moisturizer, but you can use it as a moisturizer if you do have some surface dryness. They've also got some vitamin E oil, and again, always turn those around and read what you've got here. Again, we've spoken about this before, but look, they've actually added coconut and soybean oil. So even though it is vitamin E, turn that around, whereas the jojoba will be 100%. So this right here also looks like a pretty good option. It's a lemongrass body oil, but I want to notify you of something. If you look at the back, it's literally coconut oil, olive oil, and some sweet almond oil. I'm assuming that this is where the 1% line is, so this is going to be at a very small percentage. You could literally just mix these three together for much less expensive than you would get this. So just a little word of warning there. Here's a wash as well. I'm assuming that this is saponified. It has tea tree oil in it, but again, if we turn it around and actually look at the ingredients, yep, Castile soap, so it's saponified. Most of the times you can have two types of a cleanser, a regular cleanser or an oil-based cleanser. The oil-based ones are going to feel really kind of greasy, and if you have acne-prone skin, you should wash the oil off after, but they're excellent at breaking down the particle of makeup, not just removing makeup like you would with a face towelette, but actually breaking down those particles. And what's different is that if you get a saponified cleanser, it's actually a process where they add lye or they add other ingredients, and it's not a greasy formula, it's actually soapy. Tea tree, potassium hydroxide, more tea tree oil, chamomile flower, root extracts, and if your skin reacts well to those, or if you're looking for an excellent antioxidant boost, this would be a great option. We've also got some of these sunscreens. These can be hit or miss because some sunscreens are great and some will break you out and can actually ruin the oceans. Hawaii actually banned some sunscreens, and they are banned in other countries as well. If they end in ONE, avobenzone, oxybenzone, things like that. The mineral ones are normally the ones that I go for, but they can leave you looking a little bit streaky. So that's kind of the trade-off. This one says it's mineral, so it should not have any of those benzone in it, and it's just zinc oxide, so we're fine. This one is a spray sunscreen. These kind of tend to leave my body feeling greasy, and I have gotten back acne from a lot of the spray ones because they usually have some sort of an oil mixed in. What's good is that it does have aloe, and it does have some coconut oil, but for me this is going to be a messy mess. This is going to be bad for the ocean, and it's going to be bad for your back, so I wouldn't use it. It's this blueberry acai facial scrub. I think this is new. And it's also like, why is this only $5.99? All right, water, blueberry, oatmeal, lactic acid, magnesium, ethyl alcohol. This is a This is a preservative, a stabilizer, and this actually makes the product more emollient. It does have shea butter, which is actually pretty good. I like shea butter, but if you're sensitive to it, then of course don't use it. Blueberry seed. We've got some guar gum, xanthan gum. Everyone freaks out about it. It is natural. It's actually used in food. Glycerin is hydrating. That's great. We've got some ferments, some carrot, nettle extract, which probably has some good antioxidants. Rosemary, lavender. So this actually looks pretty good. As a facial scrub, I would be a little bit worried about any damage it might do to the skin if it is physical versus chemical. It doesn't exactly say. It definitely has some acidic chemical compounds in it because of that lactic acid. So I would actually give this a try personally. Now the only concern is that there are a lot of ingredients. So if you are sensitive to ingredients, you might want to avoid it just for the sake of not putting too many things on your face at the same time. Rose water toner. We have water, we have rose flower water, we have witch hazel, we have leaf water, bark extract. This actually looks really great. I don't like that it has fragrance. See, and it's like if it has rose water, why do you need to put fragrance in there? I was going to say that instead of buying rosehip oil, you should try something like this first because it does have the witch hazel, but if you are sensitive to fragrance, don't use it. But if you do like fragrances or if you're fine with them, this would actually be a good go to see if the whole rose trend works for you. Because again, it's a trend. Is it actually gonna work, or is it just gonna be something trendy to add to your skincare routine? Here, again, we're turning it around, seeing it's 100% argan oil, which is great because a lot of times brands will, you know, artificially inflate products, kind of like this one, where they say it's vitamin E, but when you turn it around, you know, all it is soybean and coconut. So this would be a much better bet. That's what we're looking at, and out of this, what I need the most is a toothbrush. And this is a B Corporation. We've spoken about these before. B Corporations are committed to social good. It's kind of like an organic or cruelty-free certification that just certifies that they do the right thing. So I'm gonna get one of those. So when it comes to skincare, this is what Trader Joe's has going on. I'm used to my favorites, and if there was something I would spend my money on, it would be these two. These look pretty pure. The hyaluronic acid that I'm using right now is from Tarte Cosmetics, but it's like $40. It's their mermaid skin one, which I love. But this actually looks like a really pure, basic, great one. This honestly looks like a product that The Ordinary would have. So this seems very promising. Editing Cassandra here. I realized that I never filmed an outro for this video, and this was actually filmed back in January before I went to India, so it's a little bit overdue, but as you know, my life has been a little bit crazy recently, and this 22 hours of dissecting Jaclyn Hill lipstick and looking at fibers and animal hairs under a microscope is taking a lot longer to edit than I thought. So I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. If you want a related video, you can watch it here, and here's another one explaining the 1% line. Love you guys. Bye.